What's going on, guys? It's Deathmonk here. Today we're going to be talking about every score streak that we've learned that from Black Ops Cold War that are confirmed so far to be in the game. Now, with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War now revealed, we're going to look at every confirmed score streak in Treyarch's upcoming installment named Black Ops Cold War. Now, any Call of Duty player will know just how important score streaks are to the average multiplayer map, especially in Treyarch games. The Black Ops Cold War devs or developers are known as the masterminds of some of Call of Duty's most famous streaks, the Swarm, K9 Unit and RAPS, just to name a few, those from the Black Ops 3 mainly. Score streaks have been one of the most talked about aspects of following Black Ops Cold War's multiplayer reveal back on Wednesday, with Treyarch confirming an overhaul of the long established formula for earning them in game. If you want to check out how you earn these guys, I will link that in the description box down below. I've talked about that in my most previous video. What's more is the reversion to score streaks rather than kill streaks. Despite the changes to how they are earned, many will be familiar to the veterans of Call of Duty series. A few new ones have also so far emerged, though, like the Air Patrol streak, which appears an incredibly effective way to prevent opposition score streaks from dominating the skies. At first glance, they have obscenely high points required to earn them, but bear in mind the new system of earning them, which includes a cooldown period for every streak. So all of these, thus far, from what we know, have a 90-second cooldown time. So the first one for 600 score is the RCXD, 800 score is the spy plane, 1900 score is the artillery, 2400 score is napalm strike, 2750 score is air patrol, 3150 score is the war machine, 3750 score is the attack helicopter, and 6000 score is the chopper gunner. Now, it is worth remembering that this list is in no way definitive. It is subject to change, and far more score streaks will feature in the full game, and the values accompanying them could very well change too. Treyarch have been known to adjust the score required as a balancing factor once it becomes clear how the score streaks fit into general multiplayer. The cooldowns of the streaks could be adjusted depending on their popularity and ease of acquisition. So that's going to be really interesting, guys, come the beta on October 8th, don't forget about that. We'll of course have the latest on Black Ops Cold War multiplayer as more score streaks are revealed, and the game itself is set to drop on November the 13th. Now, another thing I want to talk about that lots of people have been talking about in the breakdown reveals far longer time to kill than Modern Warfare. Now, time to kill, or TTK, is always an important aspect of any Call of Duty title, and it appears Black Ops Cold War will be considerably longer than Modern Warfare, according to a new breakdown from the alpha test. Now, TTK, or time to kill, in any first-person shooter game is always a major talking point. If players are dying too quickly, it can be a frustrating experience. The same can be said if players are absorbing far too much damage. With each annual release in the Call of Duty franchise, the time to kill is always in flux. Some games favour a quicker pace, while others have given out far more health than usual. With the recent Black Ops Cold War reveal, we got our first look at multiplayer footage, while a ton of new maps, modes and features were on display. Again, if you want to check that out in a bit more detail, I will link that in the description. A more intricate breakdown has only just came to the surface. After going hands-on with an early alpha playtest, popular YouTuber, The Exclusive Ace, touched on the subject of time to kill, or TTK. He uncovered the rate of fire values of every gun in the alpha build of the game. With that, he was able to put together an accurate assessment of the game's time to kill. So, here's what we learned from the breakdown. Black Ops Cold War will reportedly be the second game in the franchise history where players have 150 HP in total. This is a significant bump from the standard 100 HP present in every other title other than Black Ops 4. As a result, the time to kill appears closer to the Black Ops 4 than anything else. With data coming from body shots in the alpha, the exclusive ace determined the time to kill for 3 weapon types: assault rifles, SMGs and LMGs. Below is a breakdown of how each category stacks up against Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare. So, if you look carefully, guys, we'll start with Black Ops 4. So, the time to kill on assault rifles with 355 MS, SMGs with 315 MS, and LMGs with 360 MS. So, for Modern Warfare, which is the current Call of Duty title, that was a lot shorter. So, assault rifles 190 MS, SMGs was 175 MS, and 188 MS for LMGs. This is in milliseconds, guys. And for the Cold War Alpha, 321 milliseconds, for assault rifles, 275 milliseconds for SMGs, and I believe that's 344 milliseconds for LMGs. So as you can see, the average time to kill is considerably longer than that in Modern Warfare. With most submachine guns in the 2019 release, players can take down their enemies in 175 milliseconds. In Black Ops Cold War, it takes 275 milliseconds instead, just a slight decrease from Black Ops 4. It leans towards Black Ops 4, but on average it's a little faster. The popular content creator explained, upon taking a closer look, there's more than first meets the eye with time to kill in the new release. With health bars back in the game, damage is presented in two ways. For a standard body shot, you can see a white chunk of health taken away. When it comes to headshots, you'll see a yellow chunk taken away. This means that headshot multipliers are back in full effect. The exclusive equated this to roughly 1.4 times damage increase for headshots. That came with no additional attachments that boost headshot damage. Overall, the upcoming game appears to strike a balance between Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare. If you're just landing body shots, you can expect a time to kill similar to Treyarch's last release. But if you're able to mix body shots with headshots, the time to kill jumps closer to 2019's Modern Warfare. It's worth keeping in mind that these values are just from the early alpha test. There's a good chance things can change ahead of the upcoming beta and full release. So that's going to be really interesting, guys. I just want to quickly have a look at about the major changes to Flinch in multiplayer. So damage Flinch has been a controversial aspect in many Call of Duty multiplayers, and Treyarch appears acutely aware of that, as the developers have revealed that the mechanic is redesigned in Black Ops Cold War. So many Call of Duty titles in the past, including Modern Warfare, have featured a mechanic called flinching, which causes a player's aim to be impacted while taking damage. The effect essentially causes players' crosshairs to bump upward when being hit with bullets, but it appears that the impact of the flinch has been greatly reduced for Black Ops Cold War. The flinch initially seems like a detriment to the person impacted, as one could aim for a headshot only to have their crosshair bump upward, entirely missing the enemy. But it also leads to flinch headshots, where someone aiming at the chest would stutter into a deadly headshot. Tony Flame, who is one of the game's designers, who worked on Black Ops Cold War, revealed that following the redesign, flinch is now primarily a feedback mechanism to help you understand you're taking damage. As a consequence, your crosshairs should remain where you intended them to be, and there should be no more flinch headshots. In his tweet, he actually explained, damage flinch has been redesigned in Black Ops Cold War, and as aforementioned, flinch is now primarily a feedback mechanism to help you understand you're taking damage without affecting the aim position of your weapon. Your weapon will move with your screen to stay on target. No more flinch headshots. So that's going to be interesting. The reactions to his tweet are fairly unanimous, with professional players like Dylan Attach Price, Anthony Methods Zinni, and Doug Sensor Martin, some people may be familiar with them, responding very enthusiastically. Former Call of Duty World Champion Christopher Parasite Duarte said, "Thank you, finally toughness is built in. Visual clarity seems like it took a huge step forward this title." Demonstrating the redesigned flinch mechanic, content creator Exclusive Ace, who got to play the game's other build, showed in slow motion that despite taking damage, a player's crosshair barely moves outside of its normal recoil. This means that your ability to shoot enemies is dictated solely by your aim and not by any other factor. So Exclusive Ace went on to tweet saying, "Lots of people have expressed concern, rightfully so, about how high the headshot multiplier is in Cold War due to flinch. But it turns out there's little to no flinch when shot as far as I can tell. The deeper I look into it, the more I'm seeing a really solid gameplay foundation." So at the moment it's unclear whether or not the mechanic impacts various guns differently, a question many have with regards to snipers. Similarly, people will be curious to find out if Warzone's mechanics will be adjusted as well with the new multiplayer title releases, so we'll have to wait and see on that. Now, lots of people have been talking about zombies, which I'll come on to in a moment. So, Killstreak Complaints. Now, lots of people have been talking about how overpowered some of these are, and I've read some complaints about it apparently. So, I'm just going to go through a little bit into this. As each Call of Duty release comes around, the Killstreak system is often tweaked for better or worse. Some iterations played with the idea of Scorestreaks instead, while others have stayed true to form. Treyarch's recent Black Ops Cold War reveal was received well for the most part, however streaks soon came under fire. We've updated Scorestreaks so that earned score is kept through death, Treyarch explained in the multiplayer showcase. This change gives all players a chance to engage with Scorestreaks. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the more hardcore player base lash out at these changes, criticising the developers for catering to casuals. There's more to the system than meets the eye, however, as bonuses can be applied for longer kill streaks. Even the most experienced professional players were left confused after going hands-on with the alpha, but Treyarch game designer Tony Flame has since expanded on the streaks while addressing concerns on Twitter. So he went on to say, the Black Ops Cold War Scorestreaks system incentivizes a greater range of playstyles. Earn lower tier streaks by contributing your part to a team victory, but to afford the duty high-end streaks, you'll still need to rack up multiple kills on the same life to earn that streak bonus. Essentially, the more you do in a single life, the more you'll reach the more devastating streaks. A chain score is shown on your heads-up display when performing well. This will indicate your current bonus for stacking up multiple kills in a row. You'll be able to call in a chopper gunner much sooner if you go on a tear, as opposed to dying on repeat and waiting for your score to pile up. Now, when PunkXPL tweeted at Tony, he said rewards bad players. However, he responded, I wouldn't say that at all. Trust me, we've still gotten plenty of feedback internally that some players can't earn streaks, and that's okay. But we do want more of the middle tier players who invest so much time in our game to also participate in the fun. While some argue that this change rewards bad players, William wouldn't say that at all. So in terms of potential changes from the alpha, it's clear that this Treyarch is taking feedback from the community. This is something we're actively working on. And we've built an extreme in-depth economy model for this system, and we're ready to pipe in and review analytics data from when everyone starts playing it so we can dial it in. That's after responding to a piece of information that was given by Ajax. And before he responded to that, Ajax said, well, it just made objective worth more points for store streaks, so it gives players more of an incentive to help the team, also rewards the newer players who can't really get kill streaks. So that's something that they're working on there. So that's really interesting. Now, zombies. Now, we did get a little teaser towards the end of the actual reveal trailer, again, which I'll link in the description, guys. And lots of people have actually noted that the stairs that we managed to see pretty much at the start of that little teaser, that was only about 5 seconds long, if that, or 10 seconds long, were actually the stairs in the zombies map Nacht to Untoten from, I believe it was World at War, but some of the graphics have actually updated since that, so that's really interesting. Now, despite being a multiplayer reveal, Treyarch did share a short zombies teaser at the end of the trailer, as aforementioned, highlighting a brief look at the upcoming zombies gameplay. Now, fans were quick to point out, as I said, the similarities between the staircase in the clip and the one at World at War's Nacht to Untoten, claiming that some version of the iconic map could be returning in Black Ops Cold War. Now, prominent Call of Duty leaker Tom Henderson, otherwise known as Long Sensation, provided fans with even more details on September the 10th, revealing that this new Nacht would fit in with the game's Cold War theme. So, Long Sensation said on his Twitter, Nacht reused by the Russians for the nuclear program, zombie Nazis escape and infect the site, there's Russian and Nazi zombies, a new crew, old weapons from World War II still remain on the site, World at War, and you start with a torch until you turn the power on. So, the former YouTuber revealed that the Nacht Untoten players will experience in Black Ops Cold War will see the building turned into a base for the Russian nuclear program before a zombies outbreak turns things upside down. So we also shared that Black Ops Cold War zombies will feature a brand new cast of characters, old World War II weapons can still be purchased from war buys, and that players will start with a torch before turning the power on. So that's going to be really interesting. I don't think I've ever had anything like that before. But there's been plenty of theories surrounding Black Ops Cold War zombies already, but it is likely that more information about the survival mode will be shared in the coming weeks. So I'll have to wait and see on that. Apparently there are similarities as well to Black Ops 3's Transit. That could also be a portion of the brand new map. So there is rumours claiming that Warzone will not change from Modern Warfare, so it looks like the entire Warzone map will transfer over to Black Ops Cold War, due to some rumours that we've recently had, by Tom Henderson. Now, Warzone is essentially IW's Warzone. Same movement and gun mechanics. Treyarch will just add cosmetics, weapons, vehicles and that sort of thing, so in Warzone you'll be able to lean and mount Black Ops Cold War weapons, whereas in multiplayer you can't. So that's going to be really interesting. But we'll have to wait and see on that. There is a new map in development, but Treyarch's comments about Warzone during the reveal felt it might not be ready yet to me. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen with this, guys. I hope you guys are all excited for that. If you are, smash that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe button. Don't forget the notification bell so for seeing more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace out.